Welcome to the Gals Guide podcast. Join us on an adventure to get to know famous and infamous women from around the world. Each of our presenters has a pick. Is she ancient history? Is she breaking news? Is she safe for work? Well, that's up to each presenter. All we know is that...
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Welcome back. I'm Katie, and I'm joined by Leah and Debbie, and we are spending a year focusing on personal and collective well-being by learning about women of history. This month's theme is Rest as Resistance. Debbie already talked about Mother Jones, and Leah introduced us to Tricia Hersey. But before I share my pick, I would like to know a question about well-being. I've gone rogue and made up my own, because the lovely Leah usually has a few suggestions for us that are very lovely, well-crafted questions. But here we are in winter in Indiana and Minnesota, and I want us all to imagine that we can be on our own personal vacation. Imagine your perfect solo getaway, and I would like to know, what would it look like?
Does Debbie have something in mind already?
I do.
Go for it.
Yeah. The instant you said it, the whole thing popped into my head.
Ooh.
Not that I dream about getaways all the time, but
No.
But I dream about getaways all the time.
Tell us.
yeah, I am. Well, first of all, I don't own a van, but I'm in my van life van. This is the ultimate one. I'm in my van life van, and I'm off in the mountains with a lake nearby that I can dive in and nobody will see me if I choose not to,
If the bathing suit is forgotten. Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah. I love it.
There is time for me to write. But yet, just down the road, just not too far away, is some sort of hippy-dippy-trippy festival that I can go and hang out and people.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I come back and be in my life all by myself, and time to write and read and reflect and enjoy. And that to me would be the ultimate vacation.
That sounds like
That
a
is
great
so
solo-ness.
lovely, right?
Mhm.
I love that. That's probably like polar opposite of what I would say, but that's so lovely.
Yeah, don't tell my husband it's that easy for me to think of a vacation without him.
No. Secret is safe here.
Yes, exactly. This isn't being aired anywhere.
No.
Yeah.
You cannot download this on most major platforms.
Right.
No,
Secret
not at
safe
all.
with us. Oh, I love it. I can't think of where. So I too was like thinking of like the different, elements of like these different things. If they were together, then it could be any spot. Definitely a space where I can stargaze. I love stargazing. So any which way that forms, it doesn't have to be like an aurora borealis kind of stargazing. Like I will find joy in any clear night of stargazing.
Yes.
A place where text and phones don't work. Because I will just moth to a flame. Like, I'll just be on it and I'll be like, what does anybody need before I rest? Like, if it just straight up doesn't work, that would be a bonus. But wherever I am, the place has to have coffee. I have realized that I have gotten to, almost 49 years of my life, and I do function mostly on coffee. It's how I wake up. It's how I decide I'm winding down, by stopping the coffee. So I went on a retreat, and there was no coffee on the retreat, and I was like, I found out the thing I need to function. I didn't know this until now.
Clock is coffee.
Yeah, it gets me out of bed, like, coffee. And then I get out of bed, like, coffee. Then I wake up. Like, I need to work on it, but I haven't yet. So therefore.
And so many hours post-coffee, you can sleep. So, like,
Yep. I need to, like, at this point.
Any kind of analog clock. Yeah,
I just need coffee.
Right.
And then the last thing that I would love for it to have, and this is that I learned at a women's Buddhist retreat that I went to. We called it Noble Silence. And it was the first 2 hours of the morning was Noble Silence time, where you weren't expected or you weren't supposed to talk to anybody unless it was an emergency, right? Like unless it was for benefit. But it wasn't, you didn't have to have pleasantries. You didn't have to come up with, how are you? Isn't this a beautiful, like you didn't have to do any of it. It was you just nod to each other. I see you. And you just wake up. And I asked my family when I came back from that retreat, could we do noble silence? And they all said, no, that would kill us.
Oh, no.
Because talking wakes them up in the morning. So I was like,
like there was no back and forth negotiation, like
no.
maybe like
it was straight. They could not do
that. Like a 10-minute. Oh, man.
Oh,
no.
Again, don't tell my husband about that because he would beg me for noble silence in the morning, and I don't do that well.
Yeah, see, I get it's not for everybody, but I enjoy the crap out of noble silence to start that day without...
Talk to myself before anybody's awake, so...
Different strokes, different folks. I'm here for it.
Interesting.
What would yours look like? What would your perfect solo getaway?
Gosh.
I'm waiting for Katie to be like, here's the city, here's the time of year.
You know what's fully ironic? I asked this question with really not much in my mind.
Well, that means it's a good question because you're like, I want to know the answer for myself as well. Yeah.
Yeah, but I haven't really gone there.
Yeah.
The first thought that pops into my head is that I want to be a lizard on a hot rock.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to be on some warm sand.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to get inside my clothes.
It's everywhere.
So yeah, I want it to be sandy, but I need my rock that is sand free.
Fair.
Yeah. But I want shade and a little bit of a breeze. And if I can hear the ocean, even better. So I definitely want like solitude with a sensory experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when we're talking rest as resistance, I can definitely see me needing. I'm doing creepy hand stuff for anybody that's out there in the audio world. I definitely need like that sensory experience with my rest. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yes.
The temperature, the sound, that calming thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and once I've absorbed all of that, I wouldn't mind if I could go to like a really, really good restaurant because you know I'm a foodie, right?
Oh, that would be great. Yeah.
Right. So you know,
then senses with smells
ocean,
and tastes and
then go have that gourmet meal.
Yep. Fresh caught, probably right from that ocean.
Yes, and then go to my bungalow right by the sea, to my crisp, clean sheets. And I've obviously bathed with my rock bathing. And just tuck in for the night. Listen to the sea as I fall asleep with my belly full of cuisine.
See?
Oh, yeah.
Yummy.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
So I really just want to be kind of like a lizard that's accepted in restaurants.
Yes.
Like a ratatouille, but...
but in lizard form.
Yeah.
That is baked. Yes. Mm-hmm.
We'll get on the phone with Disney.
Okay. We'll make sure that happens. Yeah. I'm picturing Rango, the Johnny Depp animated. I know it's not that, but I was picturing that, and I'm like, that sounds like fun.
Yeah. I used to say a cat that could read, but I've gotten more complicated in my old age.
There you go. You know what? We're all
if I could also
evolving.
Still read for a while, that would also be fabulous.
Super bonus.
You know, we all love that.
Fantastic. Well, who do you have for us, darling?
Okay. I was really struggling this month.
It's a hard one. It is.
It's a hard month because I feel like so often we talk about women that have like a lot of hustle, you know?
Yeah. Right? That's why it's so hard to do kind of the opposite.
It is. It totally is. And, you know, we focus on the hustle of the women we talk about.
Yeah.
And so many of them probably do. They're all hustle. But, you know, they probably do have more balance in their life than maybe we see or is reported on.
Right.
Because obviously we're seeing the part of their lives that are history making.
Yeah. Their biographies and their, documentaries aren't going to be, and then she rested for 3 months.
Exactly, right?
It's going to skip that.
That made it a little bit harder.
Yeah,
but what I think is really cool is when I kind of started to like sink into this subject, I feel like that is a more modern topic.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
a lot more of our modern actresses and maybe sports figures are kind of embracing that space.
Yeah.
Whether it's for mental health, physical health, whatever they're needing that space for, they're more likely to take it. Like I did find more modern women embracing needing rest. Like Simone Biles. Blige. I don't know how to talk.
Biles?
Biles.
Biles.
Mm-hmm.
Needing to bow out of the Olympics because it just wasn't feeling right?
Mm-hmm. It was bold, but it was the right choice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But I always on this podcast hesitate from covering people who are still alive because I am a coward.
It's also, what if they change their mind and decide to become real bad real fast?
Yeah. I don't even think about that. I think, what if I get the facts wrong and somebody hears it and they're like, no. So I'm like, if I could go a little further back, it's a little less scary.
There you go. Yes.
And we just, like, these are women who are still getting media attention and coverage.
And building a legacy.
Yeah, and one of the things we like at Gal's Guide is talking about women from the past who have kind of been overlooked.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
The woman I'm bringing to you today, she hasn't necessarily been overlooked because she's quite famous. But we haven't talked about her on this podcast.
Ooh.
And I found myself drawn to her for several reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to start with her maiden name just to tease you guys because it's a quiz.
Yeah.
Because it's not the name she's famous for. Okay. And I want to know, can you identify her from her maiden name?
Okay.
Elizabeth Bloomer.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be Amelia Bloomer.
No. 5, 4, 3. Oh, the pressure.
Yeah.
It's not rest month. It's pressure month.
Yeah, I know, right? Exactly.
No, okay. I'll quit torturing you guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about Betty Ford.
Oh, Betty Ford!
Betty Ford!
Good pick. Look at that. I like it.
She is a wonderful pick, but I have been like, does she fit? Does she not fit for
she
Rest is
absolutely would,
Resistant month?
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly, I don't know how much rest she really got throughout her life.
Right.
But I do feel kind of like Mother Jones that she kind of paved the way to open up rest for others.
She saw the importance of rest.
She saw the importance.
And recovery. Yeah.
And recovery. And, she took away a lot of the stigma from things that may have prevented people from reaching out to get help and maybe the rest and time they needed to heal.
Yeah.
So I felt like that kind of put her in the spot to be the person I wanted to talk about for this month.
Yay. Lovely.
Yes.
What did you learn?
I did learn several things about her because truly I did not know very much about her. I didn't know, honestly, like kind of what a rebel she was.
Oh, nice.
Definitely a woman with her own mind, which I don't know, like, is always the descriptor we would give first women.
Right. Yeah, I know. Right?
I mean, there's a handful, but that's not always like the qualities that people are looking for in a first woman.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. Not always the way to get elected, right? But she's definitely a woman with her own mind and her own opinions, and she never hesitated to express those and to be true to them. So, and I'm not going to spend probably too much time talking about her politics because number one, I fucking suck at politics.
Politics are hard. It is terrible
number
talking
two,
about politics
honestly,
right now.
There's a lot of it for her. And I feel like what I want to talk about with her is what she did with her Betty Ford Clinic.
Yeah.
What she did post being in the White House.
Yeah.
But I will let you know that she was born on April 8th, 1918 in Chicago, Illinois.
Sweet.
Which I did not know she was a Midwest girl. Like, I guess I didn't know much of anything about her.
Well, I knew that Ford was from Michigan because I grew up in Michigan and we had the Gerald R. Ford Museum. We had the Presidential Museum there, but I didn't know if she was from Michigan, but Illinois. Look at that. Sweet.
Yeah, they're all like Midwest folk.
Yeah.
So she was born in Chicago, and they did move around a little bit. She had 2 older brothers, and they did settle down in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Yeah, that's the museum spot.
Right? I figured that would tie into your roots that you wish you didn't have.
That I ran away from.
Right? And her great passion really was dance.
Oh, nice.
And it wasn't like prima ballerina, like laser focused dance. It was just, I love dance. I will teach it. I will share it. She even spent time sharing it with people, children with special needs.
Nice.
She taught it to children with special needs. And then she even, when her father died, she wanted to move to New York and learn dance, but her mother was not supportive of that.
Aw.
And it was also a struggle for the family. Her mother had to go out and get a job. She became the breadwinner of the home, which a lot of speculation is that this is where she came up. Well, this is where she kind of learned her views on equal pay and gender equality.
Yeah, right.
She did eventually make her way to New York and spent some time in dance classes there. However, her mother still wanted her to come back home. She eventually agreed to come back and stay for 6 months, and then agreed that after 6 months, if she still felt like she needed to go to New York and study dance more, she would go back.
Right.
But when she got home, she ended up working at a department store, doing some modeling, teaching dance classes. And during that time, she also taught children with visual impairments and hearing loss, and she gave lessons to African American children.
Gotcha.
So I think
she kept real busy. Yeah.
Yeah. And I love that from the very beginning, we're talking like 1840s, she really has a legacy of a lot of inclusion.
Right. Oh, 1940s. Yes, there you go. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
Exactly. Love it. Before civil rights movement and all of that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because 1936 is when she graduated from high school. So that might have been like 1938 when she was doing these dance lessons.
Yeah. Nice.
So in 1942, she did get married to William Warren.
Oh.
So she had a first marriage.
She did.
I did not know that.
Right?
I didn't either.
I didn't know it either, which it did come, it came to the reporter's attention during the run for vice president when her husband was up for vice president for Nixon.
Right.
And they tried to make it into a scandal. Oh. And she was just like, well,
because she was was she a divorcee or a widow?
Divorcee.
A divorcee.
Oh.
Right.
And she was just like, well, you guys never asked. It wasn't a secret.
Right.
I just didn't know you guys wanted to know because you never asked me.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And that took all of the scandal and like thunder out of it.
Sweet. I love that.
And got her some respect from the media.
Nice.
But her first marriage, it was to an insurance salesman. They moved all over the place. He didn't want to have a family. She wanted to have a family. It wasn't going well. So she wanted to get a divorce. But about the time she said that, her husband was having a lot of health problems due to alcoholism and being a diabetic. Gotcha. So then she lived with him for the next 2 years to help him recover his health. And she lived upstairs, he lived downstairs, and she nursed him back to health and then divorced him.
Oh, wow.
Like,
that had to be tough and complicated. Yeah,
a real woman or a saint?
Yeah.
My
Exactly.
gosh.
Whew, not easy.
So, a few years after her divorce, she married Gerald Ford.
There we go.
You may know as President Gerald Ford.
President.
And I won't give you a huge rundown of their relationship other than that they did have 4 children together, and he did have a lot of political aspirations.
Yeah.
So it sounds like they did have a great relationship with one another. Maybe 2 very practical people. Their honeymoon was to Ann Arbor to attend a college football game between the Michigan Wolverines and the Northwestern Wildcats.
Sure.
Before driving to another location, for a campaign rally.
Oh, and then a campaign rally. Yeah,
like
you do. Yeah, honeymoon.
Yeah.
They had 3 boys together and 1 girl.
Sweet.
Shortly after that, he was elected, and they ended up moving in 1955 to Washington, D.C., and really spent the bulk of their married life in Washington, D.C. And he spent a lot of his political career on the road trying to rally for other Republicans. So he would eventually become like Speaker of the House. He wanted to become very popular in the Republican Party. So
Right.
she was very much like a stay-at-home mom, staying at home with no other partner mom.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or the hostess with the mostess every now and again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she did a lot of it all by herself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But seems like she did it very beautifully.
Yeah.
So
And I'm sure it wasn't easy.
no.
Yeah.
It was in 1964 that she had a pinched nerve in her neck and went to the hospital and got some prescription medication for that, which was Valium, which
Gotcha.
sounds like a lot of good fun.
Doesn't it, though?
And I can easily understand how that would become an addiction to prescription medication.
Right? Exactly.
It is
I had
one way
a
to
pinch in my
rest.
neck and I got steroids, and that was a terrible week.
Right?
Yeah.
Because the steroids like made me angry and anxious, and I got
Because
to
they didn't give
do.
you
I didn't like that.
Shit.
Yeah,
No,
they should have
'cause
gave
they
me the
don't
good
do
shit.
that anymore, which is
Yeah.
probably good because the good shit is too good.
Right, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, they don't do the good shit anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, the reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Betty knows the reasons.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
yeah. In fact, at least on Wikipedia, it says at one point she was up to 20 pills per day, which
Oh,
Ooh.
man.
I don't know how she
Wow.
was living.
Right, exactly.
Mm.
Yeah.
So this
I know you get
incident-
used to them, but at the same
Yeah, you
time, like
build it
that does
up.
a crapness
Yeah.
on your body, though. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And during this time, she was also dealing with alcoholism, which she did not realize was alcoholism or define it as such because she felt like it was more social drinking,
Gotcha.
which I feel terrible explaining to you with a little slur in my voice as I've been drinking beer on this podcast. But
Is what my peer
Since
BR
we
just
go
told
here,
me.
right?
Right, exactly. I get it. But also, it was in her family. It was in her upbringing
It
too,
was, it
alcoholism.
was.
So
Her
it's been
father
normalized.
and brother
Yeah.
were alcoholics.
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
definitely kind of a lifestyle thing that she had seen.
Right. Yeah. And if you
Yeah.
can see it, you can be it.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. Good or bad.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So this is just to show you that during this time, when her husband is running for big political offices, she is also struggling with substance abuse,
Yeah. Right.
both prescription medications and alcoholism.
Mhm.
However, she was also supporting him, raising their children, and very politically active. In
Yeah.
fact, she's considered one of the most candid and courageous first ladies that we've ever had
Oh,
because
look
she
at
did
that.
not
Cool.
back away from commenting and speaking her truth on many issues.
Nice.
During her time as a first lady, she commented on hot button issues like feminism, equal pay, drugs, abortion, and the Equal Rights Amendment.
Well, it was all
Wow.
in the
Mhm.
atmosphere, so she didn't
Yeah.
hide away from it. She decided to talk about it. That's great.
Absolutely. And she was, when she was a first lady, it was during that time that Martin Luther King's mother was assassinated.
Oh,
And
Oh.
she was the only person from the administration who went to his mother's funeral.
Oh,
Jimmy
wow.
Carter was there. I'm
Mhm.
trying to remember who else was there for it, but yeah.
Gotcha.
Of the direct administration, she was the only
Gotcha.
one that came for the funeral and felt like it was very important that the administration was representative
Represented.
and paid
Yeah.
their respects for her funeral,
Gotcha.
but nobody else
Yeah.
showed up. So she
Interesting.
was definitely an advocate for the civil rights movement as well and for the Equal Rights Amendment,
Nice.
which
Awesome.
some of
We
those
didn't
things
get,
were
but-
not supported by
Yeah.
the Republican Party.
Right.
However, she was okay with breaking with the Republican Party and her
Mhm.
husband occasionally
To have a
to
mind of
do
her
what
own.
she felt was true.
Yeah, I love that.
Good for her.
Absolutely. And one of the top things I wanted to talk about was actually after she was a first lady. And that was when she kind of embraced a new purpose of fighting for addiction and removing the negative stigma around substance abuse disorder.
Yeah.
And that was when her family had an intervention for her. And they were
Gotcha.
like, literally like,
Mm.
we think you're going to die
Mhm.
if you don't seek
Oof.
help.
Right. Yeah.
So she went into treatment. And I really do not want to imply that going into treatment is like rest, because I know
Correct.
treatment
Yes, good
is
point.
hard
Yeah.
work.
It's work.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it's hard work,
Yeah.
but it's also being able to step outside of your normal life and focus on your own recovery. And I think that's so important.
Yeah.
And I love that she was so bold and forthright with that, because
Yeah.
she was able to remove some of the stigma around it. When
Mhm.
she sought help and treatment, she told the news media that that's what she was doing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I hopefully truly believe that that removed some of the um I want to say stigma again, but I don't want to repeat that too much. But
But
it
it
removed
is
some of
that.
the
Yeah.
that
The heaviness
judgment
that's
around it, or
judgment. There
that
you go.
like
Yeah.
it only happens to a certain class of people or a certain kind of
Yeah.
person. It could
Right.
happen to anybody. We all have struggles. We
Mhm.
all try to cope however we can.
Yeah.
And we all need
Yeah.
help. And sometimes that help has to be a little more intensive, and we have to step away from our day-to-day life to focus on doing the hard work to get better.
Yeah. Exactly. We
Yeah.
have to take a
So,
mindful moment and work on some stuff.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I love that.
absolutely. And then when we are able to step back into our lives, we still have to have the space to continue to be good to ourselves so we can continue to recover.
And that is hard. Yeah.
Absolutely. And
Mhm.
that's one of the reasons I thought that it was important for me to talk about Betty Ford, because I feel like she blew the lid off the importance of taking care of your mental health and really tried to work hard on removing the stigma.
Yeah.
And I feel like she did that for so many different aspects of social and mental health, and
Mhm.
for women, especially with abortion. She was a huge proponent for healthy women's health care and abortion.
Gotcha.
She
The Roe
supported
v. Wade of it all. Yeah.
Yes, she did, and
Yeah.
she
Mhm.
supported HIV and AIDS care.
Gotcha.
And so
Sweet.
I just
At a
think she
time when
was
people
so
were not
amazing.
talking about
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she had breast cancer, and she talked
Oh,
publicly about that in her mastectomy,
gotcha.
and she didn't hide that from the public.
Nice.
So I just love how bold and courageous she was about talking, real life issues with everybody.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I felt like she was a good lady to share with you all this month.
Yeah. I like
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I'm old enough to remember when she had her breast cancer and talked about it, and the scandal that it was that she would talk about her breasts.
Oh
Oh
my
Right.
no.
gosh, right?
Oh
Women
yeah.
have them.
Yeah. And
And sometimes
she's
the
not
boobs
only
try to kill us.
yeah, and that was the other thing. It's like they're to be looked at. We don't want to hear that they're trying to kill you.
But they are.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah. Well, after battling all those fights, she actually passed away in July of 2011 from natural causes.
Gotcha. How old
Yeah.
was she when she died? Did you know? She was,
Well, she passed in 2011, so she
yes. She was, yeah.
I'm
She was
looking it
born
up.
when?
She was 93.
93. I was going to say, I don't think she hit 100,
93.
but it sounded like she was in that
Yeah.
80s, 90s. So
She
yeah,
was
there you go.
93 when she passed away.
Yes. I know
Yeah.
math is hard, but that's a long life for as much as she had to, for any
Yeah.
politician.
Yeah.
On top of recovery, on top of overwhelming
Breast
pressure
cancer,
and
that kind of
spotlight and
thing.
cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she
That's-
lived her truth.
yeah.
That's got to
Yeah.
feel a little freeing and pure, right?
Absolutely.
exactly.
I mean, it's hard to do, but
Yes.
yeah,
But
I
it's
really
lifting
enjoyed
when you do it. Yeah.
learning
Yeah.
about her and reading about her. And I feel like there's so much more. And she has a few different books about her.
Yeah.
So anybody that liked to learn more, there's definitely more. I think there's a few there's a few movies as well. So
Yep.
Ooh.
yeah, she's definitely somebody that there's a bit out there about.
Yeah.
But it doesn't
sure.
hurt to be like, hey, remember, we could
Mhm.
we could watch a little something. We could talk a little something.
Yeah, dig a little deeper,
Yeah.
learn a little more.
Yeah.
Yes. I remember the first I learned about her was because I was, still am, obsessed with Hollywood and movies. And it would be actors who would be going to the Betty Ford clinic. So I would be like,
Oh,
so
yeah.
what is that? And then I'm like,
Yeah.
and then who is Betty Ford? So like my kind of deep dive was,
Yeah.
caring about actors and celebrities that were going through recovery and how they worked through that. And so that's how I learned about the Betty Ford clinic and then her. Yeah.
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 Hmm. All roads lead to recovery, right?
Yes.
Amazing. I love it. You did great, Katie. That's a
Well,
good
yes, you
pick.
did.
Thank you.
Another.
I was happy
Yeah.
to find her and what she's done, and I felt like it did really tie into this month. So
It's
'cause it is about
unlocking another
giving
layer and
ourselves
nuance.
space.
Yeah.
Because there is stigma around the idea of being able to rest and care for ourselves, and there shouldn't be.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Beautiful. One big part of it is releasing the stigma.
That's
I
right.
like it.
Oh, fantastic. Well, do you want to wrap us up?
Yeah, I got it. I got
Dun,
this.
dun, dun. Yes, exactly. Yes, you do.
Yes, I got this. Well, that wraps it up for us this week. Join the Gals Guide podcast next week as we learn more rest as resistance. Thanks for listening.
That's another woven thread into our personal and collective well-being tapestry. If you loved learning about women's history or are looking for some self-care, discover even more community and care at galsguide.org. Until next time, keep sharing women's stories.